And we've been joined by June Jones from SMU. As we said, the Mustangs are 4-5 overall, 3-2 in the American Athletic Conference. This past Saturday, SMU was a 38-21 winner against UConn. This Saturday, SMU on the road at USF for a 7 p.m. Eastern Time kickoff on ESPN3. Coach, thanks for joining us on the call. If you would take a minute to tie up the win against UConn and tell us what you look forward to as you hit the road to face USF, please.
Well, we're glad we were able to help UConn play pretty well. They're big and they're strong, and we made enough plays that we eked out the win. The biggest play was at the end of the game. Stephon Center's interception for a touchdown took care of what we were hoping to do, and I thought Garrett played good. We finally got a little bit of a run game going, so that was positive. And then defensively, we had some takeaways, which we hadn't been doing, so that was positive.
Give us a word or two about USF, Coach.
USF is, they've had their struggles this year, but I think it's, more offensively they've been struggling. Defensively, I looking at their film so far, they're very athletic and they've got some talented kids. They play real hard, and they've just had some, they had a tough schedule. They had 2 good wins in the middle there. And against teams that we struggled with, and they beat Cincinnati and they beat UConn. So, they're going to definitely be ready to play against us, and we're going to have to play good to beat them.
Take questions for Coach June Jones. Please hit *1 on your telephone to join the queue, and then the operator will introduce you.
And we'll hear from Joey Knight with Tampa Bay Times.
Coach, they're playing a young quarterback now, Mike White at USF. He played very well against Houston, as I'm sure you know, and then struggled Saturday night. The difference was, obviously, Houston had no film of him, and Memphis did. Does that make that much of a difference, just having tape on a kid?
I don't think so. I watched the kid come in the game, play against Houston, and he played with a lot of confidence, and he played with didn't act like he didn't belong, and he's got some talent. I think Memphis has a very good defense. They were, when we played them in Game 7 or so, they were, I think 5th in total defense in the country. So, I think that probably had more to do with Memphis's, defensive personnel than it did with the kid. Or they knowing what they had to do against him. Whenever you get a young quarterback, you'd like to give him a bunch of different looks, but we'll see. Hopefully we can do that and have the same success.
Thanks.
Okay, and next we'll move to Joey Johnston with Tampa Tribune.
Jim, could you speak about the development of Garrett Gilbert as a weapon? I know there's so many good quarterbacks in the country this year. He certainly is one of them, and his numbers are pretty astronomical when you look at him, just how he's developed into the player that he is and kind of how he fits the approach you want to take on your offense.
Yeah, well, this is the first time in his college career that he's played the same system 2 years in a row. So the light kind of came on for him, for us, in about week 8 or 9 last year. If you really go back and look at the last 4 games of last year and his games this year, they're pretty phenomenal, his stats. What I didn't know about him was that how good a runner he is. He's a very, very good runner, and he's got some speed. And that dimension is something that I don't encourage because we're a passing team. But he has picked his spots down to pull the ball down and run pretty effectively.
Is the number of passes that you throw in a game, is that the way you like to play, or is that the way you have to play given your personnel and how things develop in the games for you this year?
Well, we'd like to throw the football, obviously. I mean, we're in it to throw the ball, and pass first is what we do, and basically we get the run because we do throw the ball. If a team wants to take a run away from us, they certainly can. So you better have a quarterback that can pass the ball to make them defend that, so that we can run the ball. Over the years, we've always averaged over 5.5 yards a carry for the year. This year we haven't had as much production out of the run game, but we're getting better. We did better last week, and we'll get better as the season concludes.
Thank you.
And do we have any other questions for Coach Jones, please? Start one on your telephone. Then, Coach, well, thank you for your time this week. We look forward to talking to you again next Monday.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Okay, and that is SMU at USF, 7 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN 3.